Breaking news: the NFL world has just been rocked by one of the biggest mid-offseason trades in recent memory. In a stunning, late-breaking development, the Dallas Cowboys have pulled off what many are already calling the most impactful transaction of the summer by acquiring veteran defensive tackle David Onyemata from the Atlanta Falcons in a move that has fans and analysts across the country buzzing with excitement and speculation. This deal, finalized just hours ago, sees the Cowboys sending a 2026 third-round pick and a 2027 conditional fifth-round pick to Atlanta in exchange for the 32-year-old defensive powerhouse, marking a major shift in the balance of power within the NFC. With training camps just around the corner and teams already locking in their 90-man rosters, Dallas has decided they're not waiting around to see what develops. They're going all in, and this trade makes a very clear and resounding statement. The Cowboys are in win-now mode, and they believe Onyemata might just be the missing piece to bring them one step closer to the elusive Super Bowl they've been chasing for decades. David Onyemata, originally a fourth-round pick out of the University of Manitoba in 2016 by the New Orleans Saints, is known across the league for his raw strength, consistency, and ability to collapse the pocket from the interior line. In 2024, despite playing in a somewhat inconsistent Falcons defense, he still managed to record 45 combined tackles, 3 sacks, 2 passes defensed, and countless pressures that don't show up on the stat sheet but made quarterbacks across the NFC South very uncomfortable. At 6'4" and 300 pounds, Onyemata brings not just size and muscle, but veteran leadership and playoff experience, something the Cowboys coaching staff is reportedly very high on as they look to add maturity and discipline to a unit already loaded with athletic talent. What makes this move even more significant is its timing. Coming in early June, with the bulk of the offseason behind us and most front offices focusing on refining their depth charts rather than making splash moves, the Cowboys have made it crystal clear that they view this year as their moment. With Dak Prescott entering a crucial contract year, Mike McCarthy under pressure to deliver postseason results, and an aging core that includes stalwarts like Zach Martin and Tyron Smith, the time to win is now, and team owner Jerry Jones is leaving nothing to chance. It's also worth noting that this trade comes amid some behind-the-scenes buzz that Dallas had quietly been looking to beef up their defensive line ever since the end of last season, especially after the divisional round playoff loss in which their run defense was repeatedly exposed. While Micah Parsons has been a one-man wrecking crew off the edge and DeMarcus Lawrence continues to be one of the most reliable two-way ends in the league, the interior push has often lacked the consistency required to dominate elite offensive lines. Enter David Onyemata, a true difference maker on the inside who can eat double teams, disrupt timing, and open lanes for linebackers to flow freely. This addition could unlock an entirely new level of performance from the Dallas front seven, and make no mistake, defensive coordinator Mike Zimmer is thrilled. Sources inside the organization have hinted that Zimmer had been pounding the table for a player exactly like Onyemata: tough, disciplined, and built to handle the rigors of a 17-game season plus the playoff gauntlet. For Falcons fans, this move may feel bittersweet. Onyemata had become a fan favorite in Atlanta, known not just for his on-field play but for his work ethic and quiet leadership in the locker room. But with a new coaching staff and GM in place, the Falcons are clearly shifting toward a youth movement and long-term rebuild. Parting with a veteran like Onyemata not only clears cap space but also opens up more opportunities for younger players like Taquan Graham and Zach Harrison to develop. In a vacuum, it's a strategic move for a team trying to build a new identity, but in the context of today's NFL where every roster move is scrutinized under a Super Bowl-sized microscope, it feels like a very real win for Dallas. The impact on the NFC East could be seismic. Already one of the most competitive and story-rich divisions in football, the arms race between the Cowboys, Eagles, Giants, and Commanders just got a new chapter. Philadelphia, the reigning NFC champion 2 years ago, has been busy retooling their secondary and offensive line, while the Giants have made strides under Brian Daboll and the Commanders are in a complete organizational reset with a new ownership group. But make no mistake, this trade sends a direct message to every team in the division: the Cowboys aren't playing around. They're not here to be good, they're here to be great. And in a league where the margins between winning and losing are razor thin, a player like Onyemata could make all the difference. Imagine this, it's 3 road and 6 in a playoff game, the opposing offense is driving into Cowboys territory, and they've got a Pro Bowl quarterback under center. He drops back, but the pocket collapses in seconds. Micah Parsons is screaming off the edge, and in the middle? There's David Onyemata, bulldozing the guard and forcing an errant throw. That's the kind of moment Dallas is banking on. And fans? They're already fired up. Social media erupted within minutes of the news breaking, with Cowboy Nation lighting up Twitter and Instagram, celebrating the trade as the missing piece in their Super Bowl puzzle. Jerseys are already being customized. Memes of Onyemata flattening NFC quarterbacks are flooding Reddit. It's a vibe, and one that feels different than the usual off-season hype. There's a seriousness to this move that suggests Dallas isn't just trying to make noise, they're trying to make history. Now, of course, the move comes with some risk. Onyemata is 32, and while he's been remarkably durable over his career, big-bodied defensive tackles tend to wear down quickly once they hit their 30s. There's also the challenge of system fit. While he's a natural 3 tech in a 4-3, he'll be asked to play multiple roles in Zimmer's hybrid front, potentially even lining up as a 1 tech in some looks. But if anyone can adapt, it's Onyemata. He's played in multiple systems, under multiple coordinators, and consistently produced. He's not flashy, but he's effective, the kind of player who lets the guys around him shine while doing the dirty work in the trenches. And with a team like Dallas, who already have stars in place, that might be exactly what they need. It's also worth considering how this move affects the Cowboys' locker room culture. Over the last few years, Dallas has carefully crafted a team identity rooted in discipline, work ethic, and accountability. Players like Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and Leighton Vander Esch have helped set the tone, and adding a veteran like Onyemata only strengthens that core. Coaches love him. Teammates respect him. He's a lunch pail guy who brings his best every snap, and that kind of example can elevate an entire defense. In short, this isn't just about stats. It's about attitude, mentality, will, and that's what wins championships. So as minicamps begin and eyes turn toward the upcoming preseason, the NFL world will be watching to see how this move pans out. Will Onyemata be the final piece that puts Dallas over the top? Will his presence be enough to push them past teams like the 49ers, Lions, or Eagles in the NFC playoff picture? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain, the Cowboys aren't waiting for destiny, they're chasing it. And if this trade is any indication, they're doing it with their foot on the gas. This is more than a transaction. This is a declaration of intent, of belief, of ambition. And whether you're a Cowboys fan, a Falcons fan, or just an NFL junkie who loves a good storyline, this one's worth following. So strap in, because the 2025 season just got a whole lot more interesting. Welcome to Dallas, David Onyemata. Let's see what you've got.